Stop what you're doing. I'm going to tell you something you guys have probably been told your whole life, maybe only from your teachers and your girlfriend, but this one thing is holding you back from making life-changing money in crypto. And no, don't worry, it's not technical analysis, but almost everyone suffers from this. And I too also suffer from this. And no, it's not retardation, although we could argue that. This is the same reason I have to put this hook in the video instead of just getting right to the point. And no, I don't have anything to sell you either. I only want to take 5 minutes of your time, and all I ask is you hit the like and subscribe button. Because once I was able to do this one thing, I instantly made 6 figures in crypto. And it had nothing to do with trading or analysis. Although once you learn to do this one thing, those things and many other things become much easier. But before I tell you that one thing, let's take a look at this trade from earlier this year and why this one skill is so crucial to be able to successfully pull money from the markets. And until you do this, you'll never get results. So with that being said, let's get into the trade that I'm talking about earlier this year, Algorand. On the daily chart here, you guys could see I started accumulating at 12 cents here. And the trade took about 46 days for about 277%. And now, what is the one thing that I'm talking about that's holding you back from making money? Well, guys, it's patience. Would you guys have the patience to sit in this trade for 46 days while you're making 277%? Are you guys the type to take profit at the first 5K, at the first 10K unrealized gains? Could you guys sit here for all this? Could you be patient and right? Probably not. I know most of you guys, the second you get in a trade, instantly start thinking about how you could get out of it for a small profit or how you could cut your losses for a small loss. And let me tell you guys, trading that way or investing that way, you're never going to make money. And don't worry guys, I'm not just showing you this with no proof. We're on my Coinbase here. You could see October 24th. We started accumulating here at about 12 cents, $1,000. $400, $2,500, even up until November 5th here. We're still accumulating small amounts here, still at 12 cents. Accumulated more when we broke our first resistance at 24 cents. And as you guys could see, I did not start selling until about 28 cents at our first or second resistance up here. So my first take profit was at 28 cents here. As you guys could see, November 23rd, 2024, 28 cents. We get our first profit here right at November 23rd. And then I buy more here. You could see as we get this break of structure. And this was a conversion from some BAT. I'd rather have been an Algorand than BAT at the time. And then we don't sell again until 43 cents, the top of the range, the last resistance. As you guys could see on the chart here, I sold just before this resistance at 45 cents. So selling at 43 cents, November 29th, 2024. And as you guys could see, November 29th, 2024. So guys, this was not to flex on you. Oh, look at how good I am at trading. It's just to show you guys, would you guys be patient enough to let your price levels tap in and then react accordingly to that? Wait for then the confirmation that we won't just get rejected off these price levels. Again, I sold here and then I rebought when I got the confirmation and then made more money going up into my resistance here. And wouldn't you know it, the next time that I bought Algorand, again, although I did cut the position in half that day, was December 20th. And when we look at our support and resistance, oh, wouldn't you look at that, December 20th. Okay, that one was maybe a flex. And that was all just part of the hook, so you guys understand the importance of watching these daily reports that I do. I do daily reports on the top 3 cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, as well as 15 plus altcoins. Guys, chances are you hold one or more of the coins that I do analysis on. So guys, all I ask is that you subscribe, hit the notification button, and help me get this channel monetized, help me grow this channel. I do very much appreciate it. And again, I have nothing to sell you. I just want to take some of your time every day to help you guys trade better and grow your crypto portfolio. But that being said, the daily report is an unbiased report. I don't do sensationalism, although the thumbnails, I do need to get you guys to click on the video. When we do the daily report, I just give you the unbiased opinion, the bullish and bearish outcome of where price might be headed, so you guys can make the most informed decision for yourself. All right, guys, let's get right into the report. Oof, as you guys can see, the market cap is down 6%. That's terrible. Back down to 3.5 trillion. So we are getting rejected at that $4 trillion resistance. And unfortunately, I did say I would love to close, well, this quarter above 4 trillion, but definitely on the monthly candles and the weekly candles, we'd love to start closing above that 4 trillion. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. CMC 20 absolutely getting slaughtered, down 6%. Fear, we're slipping into a fearful state, and rightfully so, because we are downtrending and we could just see years of consolidation, unfortunately. Altcoin season, don't need to explain that. Bitcoin dominance is Bitcoin's taking over at the moment. Average crypto RSI is oversold. No kidding. Let's get right into the technical analysis. All right, guys, Bitcoin, we said if we close the day below this low of 107,100, we'll look for the test of this order block. We're testing this order block today. Yesterday, we did not close below that low, so today we're just going to look for a close below that low, or we could look for this order block to respect and price to wick out. But in that case, again, we're not bullish until we break these 115 highs. Today, we'll just look for the close in this order block, in this support. And if we close in this, we'll look for the push and the break, and if we close below it, we'll definitely look for Bitcoin. Unfortunately, guys, here, although it would be totally healthy to do so, we'll look for the test of this $88,000 order block that broke this high and broke structure here. Ethereum, like we said, going down and test that $3,500 support again. We're not bullish until we break that $4,300 high. So over the next few days, look for that test of 3,500. If we close below 3,500, it'll flip resistance, and we'll look for the break and retest there to then go test this $2,700 support. XRP doing exactly what we said, testing that 250 resistance and then pushing down to break those lows of 230. And now we are just testing higher time frame supports at 221, and we will possibly, if we close below that support at 221, it will flip resistance and will possibly go down into the $2 ranges here for XRP. If we bounce support, look for that $2.50 resistance to break, and then break and retest to then go break those highs of 260 and test higher time frame resistance. Binance Coin still testing that support, still testing that structure. So we'll just look for price to continue wicking and perhaps push to the upside, or we'll look for a close in that support, in that structure, and then close below it to then go push to higher time frame support. Solana, unfortunately, guys, closing below that support of 187, so it is flipping resistance, and we did get the retest. We're wicking today, and now we'll just look for the push to break these lows of 172 to then go push down to this higher time frame support at 126. If we end up flipping this, obviously back into support, we'll look for the break of these highs of 210. Cardano, ADA here, still wicking these lows of 61 cents. We'd like to see a close below these lows to then go test this 58-cent support. If we continue to wick, we'll look for strength to go then break these highs of 73 cents and test this higher time frame resistance. Chainlink, unfortunately, closing below that support, so that $17 support becomes resistance, and we'll just look for the break of these lows of $15 to then go test this higher time frame support down at $8. Stellar Lumens, we did just say we'll look for the continued test of that 30 cents resistance or support, excuse me. And if we can get a bounce off this support, we'll look for the break of these highs of 35 cents. If we close below this 28-cent support, we'll look for it to flip resistance and head down back into the 20 cents zones and ranges there. Avalanche, same thing, closing below that support of $21. So $21 will flip resistance and we'll look for the push down into support. If we could close back above this resistance at $21, it will flip support and we could look for the break of those highs of $23. HBAR here, we still are looking for the close below those lows of 16 cents. And if we close bearish today below those lows, we'll get the push to that 13-cent support again. And we're not really bullish again until we break these 19-cent high to then go push to higher time frames resistance. Litecoin, unfortunately, closing below those lows of $93 yesterday, so it will push down to the support here of $68 again. And if we end up getting strength, just obviously look for the retest of this resistance of $100. Polkadot, nothing to say, just getting rejected at a resistance, breaking lows. And if we close below this low of $2.80 today, we will continue to push down. Uniswap, like every other coin, closing below that support, flipping at resistance, and now we'll just look for the break of these lows of $5. If we end up getting strength and pushing back above this resistance at $6, it'll flip support and we can look for upside. ONDO Finance testing that support again at 66 cents. And now we'll look for price to wick, close bullish, and go push past these highs of 83 cents. If we end up closing bearish below the support on the day, it'll flip resistance and we'll just head down to higher time frame support. Polygon still holding these lows of about 16 cents. So we'll just continue to look for the break of these 16-cent lows to then go push to higher time frame support down here, if there is any. And we're not bullish again until we break these 21-cent highs to then go push to that 29-cent resistance. Flare, unfortunately, possibly closing below that support at 0.17. If we end up wicking though and closing bullish, we need to push past these 2-cent highs. If we close bearish though, it will just be continued downsides for Flare. Algorand breaking structure, coming back in to test this order block, tests it perfectly, and now we'll look for the break, unfortunately, of these lows and the break of the 16-cent support to then flip resistance, unfortunately. Quant breaking structure to the downside, testing this higher time frame support. And over the next few days, we'll see if we could get the break of these highs at $94 to then go push to that higher time frame resistance. But since we are testing this support, just look for either the close above or below. If we close below, it'll obviously flip resistance and we'll head lower. IOTA, same thing. If we close below this low of 13 cents, we will head lower. We're not bullish again until we break the highs of 16 cents to then go push up to those higher time frame resistances. And then holy moly, XDC unfortunately closing below that support of 6 cents. And we're looking to break these lows of 5 cents now. We do have a support down here of 3 cents. So we do have a lot of potential downsides still for XDC. We want to see a push back above that resistance to flip its support and then head to 10 cents. Well, guys, that wraps up Friday's episode of the Daily Report. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Consider sharing with your friends that suck at trading crypto. Again, help me get this channel to 500 subs, to 1,000 subs. Help me make this my full-time thing. I love analyzing the charts. Again, it would be awesome if I could just analyze the charts every day for you guys. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you Monday for Monday's episode. Peace out.